everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing well in your exams. I know that most of you has exams right now. That's why I'm recording this session for you. My name is Teacher Ines. I'm teaching accounting, business, and economics. I have more than 12-year experience. Inshallah, I hope you will understand very well in this session. I'm teaching in Saudi Arabia in two different schools. I already used to teach in a specific platform, but now I'm teaching online privately. So if you are interested to take with me, so you can communicate with me privately. Let's take a quick overview about business. This is the book of business that we will use. Of course, we have some notes, but it's important to know the book that you will learn from. And here is our syllabus of the book. The book divided into many sections. Each section talks about a specific issue. So for example, let's start from the beginning, section 1. Section 1, it's like an introduction to business. So he will explain what business mean and classification of business and what's mean by enterprise. Enterprise is the process of making a business and how to grow the business in size. And today, inshallah, I will explain this one for you. And types of business organization. The business has many types, like the business owned by just one person or two persons start to make a business together. So, or the business have some shares that distributed in the market and anyone can be one of the shareholders of the business. Of course, this we will take it in details in our course. Business objectives, what each business wants to make in the business, what he wants to achieve to increase his profit or to increase market share or to open many branches all over the world. And stakeholders objectives. Stakeholders means people who are interested in your business. Customers, government, employees, the owner itself, banks that lends you some money who will be interested in your business. So we will talk about all the stakeholders that interested in your business and the objective of each one of this. So in section 1, as I said, it's like an overview over the business. Section 2 talks about people in business, how to employ people in business, talks about your employees, how to motivate your employees. In order to be a successful business, so your employees must be motivated in order to work hard and effectively and efficiently. So we have many ways to motivate your workers, like to increase their salaries, to give them some bonuses or some commission, to give them some field trips abroad, to give them some free meals in the business. So it differs from one employee to another. So in this chapter, we are talking about how to motivate employees. Organization and management. In this chapter, we are talking about how the business are classified according to their management, how we have, for example, higher level management and middle level management and lower level management, and then the workers, so how they communicate together, how the orders are given from higher level to lower level, how the feedback will given from lower level to higher level, which is better to have many levels of management in the organization or to have fewer levels. We are talking about this issue in this chapter. Recruitment, selection, and training of employees. Recruitment means employing people, employing workers. So we are talking about employment process, how we can employ people, how we will select the appropriate candidate to my job. So for example, I will start by making adverts in newspaper, then I'm gonna take CVs from people and I will select the appropriate candidate to make interview with them. Then I will make some tests to them. Then I will select the appropriate one. After selecting this person, so we must to make a training for them. So we also talk about training of employees in my business. Now, how to communicate with my workers? We have internal communication with my workers or external communication, customers, with government, anyone outside the business. So how to have effective communication with them, how to talk clearly and effectively with them. So we will, and the different ways of communication, you will communicate orally or verbally, or we have written communication or visual communication. So we will talk about many ways of communication. We will talk about marketing department, and this is the most interesting section in our syllabus. As you may find, Aslan, all the topic that we will talk about is something related to life. So it's something easy, and you can predict, Aslan, what I will talk about. For example, I may give you a question or the heading of the topic, and I may ask you to tell me what you may find out or what you may understand from this topic before explaining the topic itself. So you may find that you have actually a good information about this, and I will take all the answers from you, and most of them will be what I will explain. So you have clear information about the topic. So marketing department talks about how to market your product. You have a product and you want to market the product. What you will do, you have first to know your competitors and your customers, and you have to make market research before making a product in order to produce a product that is required by your customer. For example, I want to make a watch, for example. So I will make a market research to ask people, do they like smart watches or analog watches or normal digital watches? And according to this market research, I will produce the product. So I gonna make market research first, then according to the finding, I will make the product. After producing the product, I must to determine the appropriate price that I will charge the product with. I will choose something called competitive pricing to price my product like my competitors in order to attract customer. But what if my product is with high quality and I make a new invention in my product, new things in my product. So in this case, I will choose another strategy called price skimming. So price skimming, it's for a new product that has something unique in it, something special like new invention or high quality. So in this case, I will increase the price of my product in order to attract or in order to let customers know that I'm a new or high quality product. Like, for example, iPhone. iPhone, when he introduced a new version in the market, at the beginning, the price will be high. Why? Because it's something new, something unique. So after a while, you may decrease the prices. But when you enter the market for the first time, you will increase the price of your product. Then the place where you will sell the product. You will sell the product in malls, on a specific electronic shops, or where you will sell your product, and how you will deliver the product to customer. You will deliver it online, you will deliver it directly, or the customer will come to your manufacturer place, or you will use some retailers, some shops to sell your product in. Then the promotion, types of promotion that you will use. And promotion, it means two things: the advertisement that you will use and the sales promotion that you will use. Advertisement, like the adverts that I make in television, in newspaper, and internet, in social medias. This is advert. But what about sales promotion? Sales promotion means offers. The offers that you will give to your customers, like buy one, get one free, like reduction in the price, like after sale service, like the guarantee that you will give to your customer, or gifts inside your product. Like مثلا for some chips, you may put some gifts inside the product so children will be attracted to this product. And technology and marketing mix. Nowadays, there are heavy technology in the market, so we can use this technology in promotion, for example, in many things in our product and marketing strategy. How you will make a strategy for the product, how you will make the four marketing mix, how you will make the product, price, place, and promotion for your product. What's that strategy that you will make for your product? Section 4 talks about operation management. How to produce the product. You are the manager, the producer of the product, so you want to know the way of production of goods and service. We have many ways of production of goods and service. We have Japanese way. We have it has many styles in producing the product. Can you produce the product in large quantity or in smaller quantity? Then when the product almost start to finish, you will produce again. So many ways of production of your product. Then cost and scale of production and break-even analysis. Now I produce the product with a specific cost. So I want to make something called break-even. Break-even يعني to cover the price, to cover the cost of my product. يعني to charge the price to cover the cost. Or you want to make a profit. So we have a specific diagram here that we will use in how you will charge the price of your product. Then achieving quality production, how to achieve the quality of your product. We have something called quality control or total quality analysis, and location for your business, where you will locate your business. You will locate your business near to your customers or near to your suppliers or near to your competitors. Which place will be appropriate? طبعا according to what I will choose the place according to my needs. If I need a high workers, a lot of workers, many workers, so it's better to be located to near to your workers. But if I'm using heavy supplies, like for example crude oil, which is will cost me a lot to transport them, so it's better to locate near to your suppliers. So you will choose the way of your the location of your business according to your needs. Okay. Then we will go to section 4. Section 5 talks about financial information and financial decision. Something relates to money, and it's a little bit accounting part. يعني the one who studied accounting, he will find it very easy because it's يعني a brief thing about accounting or small part in accounting. First, in order to make a business, you need to have money. So what are the sources that you will bring for money from? يعني you will bring money from your own saving, or you will take a loan, or you will borrow from your friends, or you will distribute shares in the market, or what you will do. Cash flow forecasting and working capital. Cash flow forecasting is to predict how much cash you will spend and how much cash you will receive during next financial year. So it's like production. Forecasting means production of what you will do or what you will have regarding to your cash or regarding to your money. Income statement, I make income statement in just to calculate my profit. I want to know how much profit I will gain from this business. Statement of financial position, it's summary of what you have and what you owe, what you own and what you owe to others. And analysis of accounts, we will make some ratios in order to evaluate our performance. External, and this is the last section, external influences on business issues. There are some external matters that may affect my business, like economic issues, like for example, prices increase in the market, how this will affect my product or my business some environmental and ethical issues. There's some new rules or some new laws introduced in the market that may affect my business. So how this will affect my business. And some international issues that may affect my business, like for example, the price of the dollar increases, or there's some international rules that prevent مثلا exporting a specific type of product. So all of this will affect my business, and we will study how this will affect our business. As you may find, we have 29 chapters. Some chapters are very short. يعني the last مثلا this last 3 chapters I may make it in 1 session and a half, and some others may take in 1 session. يعني first 2 chapters I take it in 1 session. Last 2 chapters I take it in, here I take it in 1 session. Here those chapters are very short, so I may take price, place, and promotion in 1 session. So location here, location and quality analysis, we may take it in 1 session. The chapters are very short. Some chapters are very short and some chapters are long. So يعني we may take it, for example, in approximately 20 sessions, or maybe less, maybe 18, from 18 to 20 sessions, this to explain the chapter. طبعا after explaining each chapter, we will solve classified past paper in the same session. So I will take, for example, 1 hour in explanation and another hour in solving past paper. Okay, so you will go out from the session, cover the explanation of the chapter and the past paper related to this chapter. Then we're gonna solve the whole, after finishing the syllabus, we're gonna solve a whole paper from 20 sessions till the exam. Minimum 20 sessions solving past paper till exam. We will solve from 2016 till 2025, May 2025, inshallah. So we cover all things during solving past paper. And solving past paper, very important because you will apply all what you have studied, what you have learned, and gonna practice on how to solve past paper, because solving past paper needs some skills, and we will learn the skills together, and it will be very easy, inshallah. So regarding business topics, very easy in studying. Some people said that business is totally memorizing, and it's not true, because most of the topics relates to understanding, and you will understand, then you will solve. Not like مثلا computer science, there is some parts in computer science you need to memorize it as it is. It's nothing related to understanding or memorizing. No, in business you will understand first, then you will memorize the topic. But let's go to the past paper. We have 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 hour and a half, and paper 2 also hour and a half. It has short cases, and we will practice today about how to solve short cases. This we call a case, and some examples, some questions related to this case. Very direct question at the beginning. يعني identify, يعني you will just state the point. So every case consists of 5 questions, A, B, C, D, E. First question out of 2 parts. There is no need to explain anything, just you will state the point. And the second question also. Third question, you will explain a little bit. And in the, question D, also you will explain a little bit. And in question E here, you will make something relates to your opinion. So the paper consists of 5 cases, each case out of 20 marks. So the total of the paper, so sorry, 4 cases. So the total, it will be 80 marks. But this is paper 1. Let's see paper 2. Paper 2 also 80 words, but it has something called insert. Insert, it's a huge, a big case and questions related to the case. You have 5 questions also, sorry, 4 questions, and each question consists of 20 marks. It's a big question, يعني a question out of 8. You will explain each point. يعني here you have 4 advantage. You will explain and you will state something called application, and you will state the advantage itself, and I will train you in how to get this 8 marks. And another question consists of 12 marks. Here he asked you about 3 things, and at the end, your opinion or your recommendation, which one is better. And of course, Bardo, I will train you in how to use this. Now let's go to the curve of the paper. طبعا I give to you the latest curve for November, because most of the students now are applying for November session. And by the way, here in November, the curve is higher than in May. يعني if you go to session of May, it will be lower than this curve. Type. We are talking about variant 2 here, whatever you are in Saudi Arabia, in Egypt, in Kuwait, except Emirates and Oman, we are talking about variant 2. So we will take component 1, 2, and 2, 2. This is for November. In May, our variant is variant 1. So the paper is out of what? The paper is out of 80. In order to take A in the paper, it's 44 here. And here, it's 41. So regarding for both components, so we are talking about this one. So if you got 102 out of 160, you will take the store. 102 out of 160. You know 102, which percent? Let's calculate it together. 102 over 160. So it's 63.75%. Can you imagine? If you got 63.75%, it means that you got the store. So the store out of 63, let's say 64%. But what about the A? 85 out of 160. So it's 53. To get the A, it's 53.125%. Can you imagine? 53% and you will get the A. So the curve in business, it's very good. And don't listen to people who said that store is hard in business. No, all my students, alhamdulillah, most, يعني not all طبعا. Most of my students got a store, alhamdulillah. Why? Because they knew how to solve the past paper. Because past paper, you have to learn how to solve past paper very accurate. Okay, so this is regarding the curve. So we are talking about maybe the lowest curve that you may find. It's like physics and math and maybe lower than them, I think. Yeah. But now let's start in the learning يعني take one chapter as an example. And I didn't take chapter 1 and 2 because they are very, very easy. I will take a chapter like the moderate chapter that you may take, or maybe hardest chapter, one of the hardest chapter that you may face in business, in order to give you an accurate overview over the chapter that you may take. Chapter 3 talks about enterprise, business growth, and SWOTs. Enterprise, we take it in top chapter 1, means the process of combining all factors of production together. Yani the process of making a business. How I can make a business. So the one who's responsible for making this enterprise process, we called it entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the owner of the business, is a person who organizes, operates, and takes the risk of a new business venture, the one who started the business, the one who decide to open a business, which is the owner of the business. So if you want to be an entrepreneur or a businessman or a businesswoman, what is the characteristics that you must to have? Before, what's the characteristic? What's the advantage of being an entrepreneur? Yani now I just graduated from my college. I have two options: to open my own business, to be an entrepreneur, or to be an employee in another business. So we want to see what's the advantage and disadvantage of being an entrepreneur. طبعا most of us prefer to have our own business. Why? What's the reason for this? If I asked you, what's the benefit of being an independent person and open your own business? So number one, independence. Independence means you are able to choose how to use time and money. I want to expand my business. I want my business to be small. I want to work 10 hours per day. I want to work 5 days per week, or maybe 7 days per week, or whatever. It's your own business, so it's your own choice. So you have freedom to choose how to use time and money. Able to put on ideas into practice. Now, for example, I want to open a school and I want to replace all books by tablets. So it's my own idea. I can apply this idea in my business. Yes. Why? Because it's my own business. Type. If I'm a normal teacher in the business, can I apply my own idea? It's not a must. According if the owner or the manager agrees or not. So if it's my own business, so now I have complete freedom to apply any ideas I have. May become famous and successful if the business grows. Mark, for example. You know Mark? Most of us know Mark. Mark, the one who has Facebook, has Instagram, has WhatsApp, has many social medias. Is he famous? Yes, he is a very famous person. Why? Because he's a successful entrepreneur. So he become famous. Why? Not only because he's successful and his business grows a lot. Millions of people knows about their businesses. Maybe profitable, and income might be higher than working as an employee for another business. Most of us, our main concern is money. It's not something wrong, طبعا. I started my life, so I want to gain a lot of money. So if you compare between the salary that you will take from being an employee and the profit that you may achieve if your business is successful, of course, you will find that the profit of your business is much higher than the money that you will receive as an employee. Able to make use of professional interest and skills. Now I have a specific skills, IT skills, for example, or engineering skills. So I can use the skills in my business and I may benefit from the skills. But what about the disadvantage? Everything in the world has both sides, advantages and disadvantages. Nothing has advantages only, never. You will never find something that has advantages on it. You have, for all things around you, you have both sides, good side and bad side. But what's the disadvantage of being an entrepreneur? Number one is the risk. What's the risk? The risk of losing your money. Do you guarantee 100% that you will be a successful entrepreneur? No. I may not have enough skills to be a successful entrepreneur. So I may make some poor planning because it's the first time to have a business. So you have a risk of losing your money. Number two, capital. What's capital? Capital is the money needed to start your business. So you have to put all your money into the business. And possibly you may need to find another source of capital. You may need to borrow money. So all your money, you have to put it in the business. Yani, I will not change my car and buy a new car. No, you cannot at the beginning, unless you make profit after a while. So at the beginning, you must to put all your capital or your saving in the business, and maybe you need to borrow extra money. Lack of knowledge and experience in starting and operating a business. You have to study a lot. You have to make a lot of study before opening your business. Why? Because at the beginning, you may not have any experience in opening a business. You have lack of knowledge. You don't have enough knowledge of how to operate the business. So, shortage of knowledge and experience in starting and operating a business for the first time. Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, the explanation of this, it was in chapter 1, but I will explain it for you quickly. Opportunity cost, it means that you have two options. By choosing one option, you cannot choose the other. For example, you need to buy, you have مثلا $20. So you have two options, to buy a t-shirt or to buy a bag. So if you choose to buy a t-shirt, it means that you may not be able to buy a bag because the $20 can buy only one of them. So now, by choosing this option, you lost the other option, which is the bag. This is called opportunity cost. So if you choose to open your own business, it means that you cannot be an employee in another business. So you lost an income or a salary of being an employee of another business. So opportunity cost means lost income from not being an employee of another business. Why? Because you have two options, as we said. What's this two options? Start a business or to be an employee in another business. So you choose what? I choose this. So it means that you cannot be an employee in another business. So if I'm not an employee in another business, it means that I lost income or I lost salary from here. Okay? Can anyone be an entrepreneur? No, you have to be a successful, in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to have a specific characteristics. Not anyone can be a successful entrepreneur unless he has these characteristics in him. What's the first one? To be hardworking. You have to be a hard worker person. What's meant by hardworking? It means working long hours and take short holidays. Now you want to be a successful entrepreneur. How to be successful entrepreneur without working hard and take short holidays in order to take care of your business. The other one is to be a risk taker. What's meant by risk taker? You have to have courage enough to take the risk, to take decision. Some people has a lot of knowledge, but they are afraid to take the decision. They are afraid of taking the risk of taking this decision. So risk taker means making decision to produce goods or service that people might buy is potentially risky. Yani some people may say, how I will guarantee that people may like my product? No, you have to take the risk of this. You have to take the decision and try and take the risk of being an entrepreneur. Number 3, you have to be a creative person. Creative, it means that you have to have some new ideas to put it in the business. Not like other business, you have to be something special in your product in order to attract customer to buy your product instead of other existing business. So creative and your business needs new ideas about product or service, ways of attracting customers to make it different from existing firms. Another thing, optimistic. Optimistic means to looking forward for good thing that may happen. So looking forward to a better future is essential. If you think only of failure, you will fail. Some people may think, no, I will not be successful. No, I will fail. I couldn't do this. So in this case, you will fail. If you are not optimistic, so you will fail. Self-confidence. Self-confidence means that you trust in yourself. You have a confidence in yourself before asking people to take a decision, so you have the confidence of taking this decision by your own. Innovative. Innovative, I think, يعني, I may put it after creative. Creative to have the idea in your mind. Innovative to be able to put this idea into practice, to know how to apply the idea in the business. يعني some person may be creative, but he has the idea, but he cannot apply this idea. So he is a creative, but not innovative. So in order to be a successful entrepreneur, so you have to be both creative and innovative. Independent. Independent entrepreneur, you must to work on their own before they can afford to employ people. You can do everything by yourself before asking people to do this. You, entrepreneur, must be well motivated and may be able to work without any help. If you put in a situation that you have to carry the work by yourself, so you can do this. You know everything in your work, you can do it by your own. Effective communicator. You have to talk clearly and confidently to banks, not in a rude way or in a bad way, in order to be able to convince others by your idea. For example, I want to take a loan from the bank. So I will go to the bank and offer my plan, and I ask them to give me a loan. So the manager talks to me. So he may say, can you repay the loan within 5 years? So if you are not confident in yourself, no, I may not. So now you are not effective communicator because you cannot convince others with your idea, or you are not talking clearly. You are not, your information is not clear. So the bank may think that you don't have a clear idea or a clear uh, 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 picture about the future. So in order to be a successful entrepreneur, so you have to be an effective communicator. After خلاص you decide to open a business and you have all these characteristics, alhamdulillah, you find that you have all these characteristics. So in this, stated, you start to make something called business plan. What's business plan? Business plan is a document that you put everything about your business. يعني if anyone wants to understand anything about your business, so you give him this business plan and everything is stated in this business plan. Like number one, objectives. You put your objective in this plan. My objective is to مثلا gain profit by $1 million. Important details about the operation, how you operate your business, what machines you are using in your business, which method of production you are using in your business. Finance, from where you got your money. It's from your own saving or you borrowed another money. And the owners of the new business. Who are the owner of this business? The owner is مثلا Ines Shahata. This is the owner of the business. Or I have some other partners, so it could be Ines and Ahmed. And all information about this, all details about Ines and all details about Ahmed. How a business plan assist entrepreneur? Why? Why we need this business plan? Can you tell me why I need this business plan? All this information already I have. Why I make business plan? What's the need of this business plan? You may need this business plan to offer it to any bank that you want to borrow money from them. Before any banks agree to give you a loan or to give you something called overdraft. Overdraft, it means to withdraw money more than what you have in your business. You have to offer a business plan to them. And they will read this business plan, all the details in this business plan, and according to this business plan, they may decide to offer for you this loan or not. If they believe that you have a complete vision about the plan, a good vision, a successful business, so they may give you this loan. But if they didn't believe that you can repay this loan back, of course, they will refuse to give you this loan. The business plan may contain, we said it contains a lot of details. Number one, description of the business. You will describe your business, product and service provided by the business. What's your product that you will sell? The market, where you will sell your product. You will sell it in your country or you will export it to many countries. Business location and how product reach customer, where you will locate your business and how you will deliver the product to your customer. Organization structure and management. Your business consists of how many levels of management, financial information, from where you will get this information, and business strategy. What's your strategy in your business? طيب. Most of government now will try to help businesses to start up. Why government support businesses to start up? Business is very important to all countries because they reduce unemployment. Any business creates jobs, offer jobs to people, which is very good to the economy of the country. So it's beneficial to any government to have a new businesses opened because they give offers jobs and decrease unemployment. To increase competition. If I have only one business in one field, it means that this business controls the market, control prices, control the amount of product in the market. But if we have competition, what's the benefit of this competition? Every business in this market try to offer good quality product in order to attract customers, and also will try to decrease prices. So competition, it's important for two things: for increasing quality and number two, for decrease price. And we will talk about this in details later. To increase output. Imagine that you have two countries, one country with huge output, huge production, and another country with few output. Of course, the country will benefit from increased output. In this case, you can export the product to other countries and you can cover the needs of your citizens to benefit the society. Benefits the society, like entrepreneurs not only offer jobs to people, but they also offer social enterprise. I have a business, and in this business, I'm offering some social benefits to others, make some charities, for example, supporting disadvantaged people, make some like مثلا, for example, like what happened in Gaza, many businesses offer some help to Gaza. So we are offering some social help to the society or even to the world. Can grow further. All small business or large businesses were small ones. Yani, for example, Microsoft Office, a very famous business. When it started, it was famous like this or large like this? No, it was a small business. So we hopefully that our small business will become bigger or larger in the future and will benefit the whole economy. This is why government support business startup. Now we will go to how government support business startup. Government may provide some help to small businesses or to new businesses in order to support them to be successful business. So, for example, they may give them some ideas and help. Some ideas and help like what? Like they make some training to new entrepreneurs by giving them some advices. I make some sessions and I bring existing successful entrepreneurs and they explain to those new entrepreneurs about their experience and about how they become successful like this. So I give him some ideas and help. Maybe you want to open a business, but you don't have appropriate idea about how to make the business. So by providing for you these sessions, so you may get this idea. I may give you support in premises. Premises means the building that you need. The building that you need in your business. So you need to have a business, a factory, for example, or an office. So I may give to you something called enterprise zones, a specific area with low-cost premises to start up your business. So, for example, I may find مثلا an area with high unemployment. So I told you, if you open your business in this area, so I will give you a low-cost enterprise. I will rent, يعني give you this premises with low rent. Why I do this? Because I want to decrease unemployment in this area. So I want you to open here. So I will give you this help to encourage you to open here and benefit the society. Finance. Finance means money. كلمة finance, if you see this word finance, it means money. So money, how governments help the business with money? They may give them loans with low interest rate. When you take a loan, of course, all of us know that you have to pay interest for banks. For example, the bank offers مثلا 10% interest. The government will give you the loan by only 2% or 5%. So I'm encouraging small entrepreneurs to open or new people to open their business. Or I may give you some grants. Grants means I will give you some financial help without repaying back. Only I will give you this grants if you open your business in high area of unemployment. Okay, so if you open your business here, so I will give you this money without repaying it back. Labor. Labor means workers. I may help you with your workers. How? I may give you grants. We said grants is money. Give it to you as a gift without repaying this back. But this grant specially to train employees and help increase productivity. You have some workers, but this workers is not productive or it's not efficient. So I will give you money just to train them. Last thing, research. I may give you some research that made by some universities before to help you in your business. For example, I will go to some engineering universities that make some research about specific industry, and I will give this researches for you to in order to help you in your business. Measuring business size. Now we have many businesses in our country, so I want to measure business size. I want to know the size of our business. Who wants to know the size of our business? Who are interested in comparing business size? Number one, investors. Investor one has money and he wants to invest this money in a business. Which business he will invest his money in? So he will compare between businesses. So this is the first one who are interested in comparing business size, which is investors. Number two, government. Government takes taxes from businesses, but they will take same tax rate from all businesses? Of course not. They take different tax rate from small businesses rather than large businesses. But how I will know if you are a small business or large business? So I need to know the business size and compare between businesses to determine the tax rate. Competitors. Now I'm in a specific industry. So I want to know the size of my business relating to the size of my competitors. So in this case, I will compare between my business and other businesses. Workers. You want to work in a business type. You want to work in a large business or in a small business. So in this case, also you need to compare or to know the size of the business before you are employing them. Banks. Banks also needs to know the size of your business in order to know how important this loan to your business or how the loan is compared to the overall size of your business. Yani, for example, your business, the total value of your business is $50,000 and you need to take a loan by $1 million. I will give it to you. This 1 million, the loan is much bigger than the size of your business. So how this small business can repay this $1 million? Of course you cannot. So I will refuse to give you this loan. But what about if your business is 5 million? Yes, in this case, I may give you this 1 million because you may be able to repay it in the future. But how we will compare the size of the business? Now we said the methods. Who are interested? in comparing the size. طب what's the method that are used in order to compare between different businesses? So I may use number of people employed, يعني number of workers in each business. I will look at each business and I will see how many workers here and how many workers here. The business who has large number of workers, it means that it's bigger in size. So by comparing between number of workers employed in each business, but take care. You cannot use this method unless the businesses are using same production method. يعني إيه same production method? We have two production methods, and we explained it برضو in the previous chapter. Something called labor intensive and capital intensive. Labor intensive, it means that this business depends mainly on workers. But capital intensive, it means it depends on machines. So if you want to use number of people employed, so all businesses that you will compare between must use labor intensive. Must depends on labor, on workers, not in machine. Okay? Right. برضو I want to take after labor intensive, capital intensive, value of capital employed. Capital employed يعني how much money you invested in this business. But if you want to know if you want to compare between two businesses using capital employed, so both businesses must use capital intensive method, must depend mainly on machines and equipment in their production, not in workers. Why? Because I will compare between the value of the money invested in the business, يعني how much machines, how much money invested in this business. So both businesses must depend on used capital intensive method. So if I have two businesses using machines, so I can use value of capital employed to compare between them. But if I have two businesses, depends mainly on workers like farm, for example, so I will use value of capital employed. I have two other methods that I can use. Value of output. Value of output is the amount of output that are produced by each business. And in order to use this method, both must to be in the same industries. For example, if I compared between chocolate company, chocolate manufacturer, and car manufacturer, can I use value of output to compare between them? Of course not. Why? Because here the value of chocolate is how much, by how much? $2, for example. But the car here, one car may be by $20,000. Type. Here, in order to, for example, this one produced by $2 million. يعني he produced how much output? A lot of product. How much? 1 million chocolate bar. But this one produced 2 million products, برضو $2 million. So how many products that he produces? Cut this with this, 1,000 car only. So the business who produces 1 million chocolate and the business that produces 1,000 car, can we compare between them according to these values only? No. So they must be in the same industry, producing the same product. So if I want to compare between value of output in car firm, so you must to compare it with another car firm. Chocolate manufacturer with another chocolate manufacturer. Okay? Value of sales. Value of sale, this I used by comparing the value of sales, the amount of sales by each business. So I'm talking about retailers. Retailers, what's meant by retailers? Retailers mean shops. So if you want to compare between value of sales of two different shops, they should sell similar products. يعني I cannot compare car showroom with supermarket to see which one is bigger. No, they must to sell similar product if you want to compare between those two businesses using value of sales. Okay, So the limitation, it could be misleading if you compare between retailers selling different products. Let's see the case study. Case study, this is the one that may come in your exam. This is called case study, a situation explained to you and a question given to you according to this. You are employed by company A, which makes motorcycles. You have been asked to write a brief report to the managing director comparing the size of your company with the 3 others in the same industry. It's important. So I'm talking about what? Same industry. Use the following information in your report. State the benefits and drawbacks of each of the way of comparing businesses. So if I used workers employed, according to the information given, which company is bigger? Company A. So my company is larger according to workers employed. But if we see the value of output according to this, here I have only 100, so I have the lower value of output. So if this method is correct by comparing number of workers, no. Why? Because it seems that the businesses are using different way. Not all of them using workers only, because the highest output here uses almost lower number of workers. So I cannot use capital employed. Workers employed. But if I use capital employed, I will find that company D has the highest capital employed. But what about the output of this? It's the highest? No. So I cannot use this method because it's obviously that the businesses are not all of them using labor intensive method. And I cannot use this because برضو not all of them are using capital intensive method. But because they are in the same industry, so I will use what? Value of output. So according to value of output, I found that company B is bigger, not company A. And here is the explanation of what I said. Why the owner of the business may want to expand their business? Most of the entrepreneurs or owners of business want their business to expand. Why they want their business to expand? The possibility of higher profit for the owner if you expand your business. So there is more opportunity to gain higher profit. For example, one shop may give you $1,000 profit. But if you opened another shop in another area, so it may give you another $1,000. But if you open in another area, another $1,000. So there is opportunity to increase your profit. More status and prestige for the owners and manager. If you are a manager or an owner of a large business, it's the same like if you are the owner or a manager of a small business? Of course not. Salary is higher, status is higher, prestige, more prestige in having higher or larger business. Lower average cost. Why lower average cost? This will be explained in details later in chapter 19. We have something called economies of scale, which is one of them, lower average cost. Lower average cost, we have a rule here said that if you purchase more, purchase means buy. If you buy more, you will take more discount. For example, you want to buy 1 pen. This 1 pen may cost you $1. But if you will buy a dozen, 12 pens in 1 carton, it will be by $12? No. It will be maybe by $6. Why? Because here you buy in bulk or in large quantity. So I offered for you a discount. And you will see this in our real life. when you عايز اشتري 1 chocolate, الشوكولاتة هتبقى ب1 ريال. لما اروح السوبر ماركت واشتري كرتون هلاقي الكرتون ب9 ريال. not 12. الكرتون فيها 12 pieces. ممكن تبقى ب9. ممكن تبقى بلس. Why? Because you bought in large quantity. طب if I'm a large business, it means that I need more raw material, so I will get more discount on my raw material. And we call this economies of scale, and this explained in chapter 19 in details. Large share of its market. If my business grows, it means that I have large share. يعني I distribute my product in many places in my country. So if I have high proportion of the total market sales in the market. For example, I'm iPhone business. Okay, the total mobile phones in the business is 100,000 piece. iPhone only have 50,000 piece of them. So the market share of iPhone now is almost 50% of the market. How we got this 50%? 50,000 over 100,000 multiplied by 100 هيديني 50%. There is no need for this calculation. You are not required, but I'm explaining for you. يعني إيه high market share. خلاص, or large share of this market. So it's better to make your business bigger or to grow your business. How bad we can grow our business? We have now methods to grow your business. Different types which a business can grow. Types of growth. We have two types of growth. This is here. Internal growth and external growth. Internal growth, from the word internal. What you understand from the word internal? Internal means it's from inside the business itself. So the business itself will become bigger. So it means internal growth. طب external growth, لا, the business will buy another business or will take over another business or will merge with another business. What this definition? What this expressions? It's strange expression. يعني إيه again internal growth؟ يعني the business will expand from itself. يعني إيه؟ يعني open different branches. يعني I have a branch here in الدمام. If you are in Saudi Arabia, I have a branch in الدمام, so I decide to open branch in الخبر. So it's called internal integration. The business expand by itself. طب external integration, I may merge or take over. يعني إيه؟ merge with another business or take over another business. Merge with another business يعني I will join another business. So me and the other business will join together and will be a bigger business. And both of us will own the new business venture. Okay, يعني for example, actually this happened, but I don't remember the name of the car. تقريبا كان دايو cars and Chevrolet. They merge together and open, يعني they combine together and make one business, and they call the new business, I don't remember, a new car. I don't remember. Okay, for example, I will give you another example. X business and Y business, they will join together. This is a business and this is a different business. They will join together and make another business and they call it XY. So this what's meant by merge. طب take over. لا, take over business X and business Y. This is the two business. Business X will buy business Y, and there is no exist now in business Y. Business Y will be under business X, under the authority and the ownership of business X. So take over يعني I will buy the business and I will be the owner of the two businesses, and the other one خلاص, he will take the money and leave. But merge, no, we will combine together. So what's meant by internal growth occurs when a business expands its existing operation. Example, a restaurant owner could open another restaurant in another town. External growth, when a business takes over or merges with another business. It's often called integration. So taking over and merge, both of them we can call it integration. Okay, so it called integration as one business is integrated with another business. Let's see the definition, the difference between takeover and merge. Takeover is when one business buys out the owner of another business, which then become part of the business. The business which has takeover. يعني the business who takes over the other business, خلاص, he will be part of it. Merge, when the owner of two businesses agrees to join their businesses together to make one business. خلاص? So now we talk the difference between takeover and merge. Now we will explain by external integration because we have many things in this external integration. First, I will explain something كده briefly for you. We took it in chapter 2. We have something called primary sector. Primary sector business. Primary sector business, it depends on extracting raw material from earth, providing raw material. Then we have secondary sector. Secondary sector, he will take this raw material and convert it into finished goods. And then we have tertiary sector. Tertiary sector is the business that takes the finished goods from here and try to sell it. So primary sector, he provides raw material for secondary sector. Secondary sector takes this raw material and convert it into finished goods. Tertiary sector will take this secondary or this finished goods and try to sell it to the market. So this is step number 1, and this step number 2, and this step number 3. Okay, so in any market or in any industries, we have those 3 steps. A business that concerns about providing raw material, a business that manufactures this raw material to finished goods, and a business who sells the finished goods. Let's go back to the integration or the external growth that we are talking about. First one, horizontal integration. Horizontal integration like this. Horizontal. It means that 2 businesses will take over or merge together, but they are in the same stage. In the same stage. يعني secondary sector will integrate it with another secondary sector. So what's horizontal integration is when one business takes over or merges with another business in the same industry at the same stage of production. So I have here 2 conditions. Same industry and same stage of production. يعني secondary sector will take over or merge with another secondary sector. Like juice manufacturer takes over another juice manufacturer. يعني مثلا for example المراعي takes over Nada. It's both juice manufacturer, both in the same industry, both in the same stage in secondary sector. So it's called what? Horizontal integration. The other one, vertical integration. Vertical integration consists of 2 things. Forward vertical integration or backward vertical integration. Forward vertical integration. What's forward vertical integration? Forward, يعني you are going to the front. You are going in next step. You are going forward in next step. يعني primary may takes secondary, or secondary may takes tertiary. So forward يعني later stage will take a next stage. You will going forward. You will going in advanced stage. So first, what's meant by vertical integration is one business takes over or merge with another business in same industry, but in different stage of production. Different, earlier or later. So it could be forward or backward. Forward. Yeah. Secondary will try to take tertiary. So it's forward. I'm taking my retailer. I'm in secondary sector. So it's late stage. And I will take over tertiary sector. So it's advanced or stage after. So when a business integrates with another business, it is at later stage of production in the same industry. Like juice manufacturer integrated with a retailer. نقول بقى ندى اللي هو الجوس manufacturer takes over retailer takes over Panda. This is my retailer. The place that I will sell my product in. احنا قلنا we have primary, then we have secondary, then we have tertiary. طب here ندى where? Here. It will take over Panda. Where Panda? Here. So I'm going forward or backward? لا, I'm going forward. Okay? So I'm taking over a business that sell my product and I will sell my product in. طب what about backward? Backward is the opposite. Nada will take over a business earlier than them. Earlier, like what? Like fruit farm, for example. مش I'm manufacturing juice, so I need to take fruits. Who providing with me with this fruit? Fruit farm. Fruit farm in which stage? In primary stage. So we can say that backward forward integration with when a business integrates with another business which is at earlier stage of production in the same industry. Like juice manufacturer integrated with a fruit farm. The last integration, so we talk here internal we finished and external we finished, horizontal and vertical. Now the last one, which is conglomerate integration. Conglomerate integration is when a business takes over another business in completely different industry. All what we said regarding horizontal or vertical, it was in the same industry, but here in completely different industry. Like computer business integrated with a business making clothes. It doesn't matter which stage they are in, but they are completely different industry. But what's the benefit of this integration? The likely benefit of integration. Horizontal integration. What's the benefit of horizontal integration? We said that we will take a business in the same industry, right? In the same stage. It means that you will take off your competitor. We said Nada, Marai will take Nada. So you will take your competitor. So you are decreasing the number of competitors. So the merger reduces the number of competitors in each industry. There are opportunities for economies of scale. We said what's meant by economies of scale? Discount on raw material. Why we will take discount on raw material? Because you will produce a lot. Al-Marai alone can produce 1,000 pieces. Nada alone can produce 2,000 pieces. Now, when you combine together, you will produce how much? 3,000 pieces. So you need to buy a lot of raw material. So you will take more discount that Al-Marai alone will take or Nada alone will take. The combined business will have bigger share of the total market than either of them before integration. As we said, Al-Marai produces 1,000 units and Nada produces 2,000 units. So, for example, let's say that this 10% of the total juice in the market and this 20% of the total amount of juice in the market. After integration, the business will have 30% of the total amount of juice in the market. The forward integration. We said forward integration that Nada will buy what? Panda will buy the retailer, will buy the place that they will sell their product in. So we have assured outlet of its shop. Assured outlet. Outlet يعني إيه؟ يعني shop. يعني a place to sell your product in. The profit made by the retailer is absorbed by the expanded business. Who will take the profit that Panda will make? Me, the expanded business. So now, much more profit I can gain. The retailer could prevent from selling competing products. يعني, I'm Nada, right? And I took over what? Panda. Can I prevent Panda from selling any other type of juice except Nada? Yes, I can. It's my own shop. I can take the decision that I want. But if I didn't take it over, can I enforce them to do this? No, I cannot. So now Panda is my own retailer, so I can sell only my own products. Retailer could prevent, we said this, information about customers' need and preference can now obtain directly from the manufacturer. Nada wants to know which flavor is most liked by customers. So I can gain this information from where? Who has direct contact with customer? Panda. He see which kind of juice are sold most. And he may ask people. He مثلا notes that lemon juice are not purchased well. So he may ask customer, why you didn't buy lemon juice? They may say that it's sour, for example, or it needs more sugar in it. So now I have direct contact with customers, so I can gain information about my customer preference and tell it to the manufacturer itself. But what about vertical backward? We said that NADA takes what? Fruit form. Right. What's the advantage of this, of taking a fruit form? Fruit form giving me what? Fruits that I need, right? So I have assured supply of important components or important raw material. The profit made by the fruit form will be absorbed by NADA. NADA now, fruit form, will sell the fruit by higher price. Now, when I take it, I will take it with the same price. So the profit that the fruit form will make, I already take it to myself. The supplier could be prevented from supplying other manufacturer. Can NADA tell the fruit form, do not supply to any other competitor like NADEC, for example? I don't know with E or I. Yes, they can. They can prevent the fruit form from supplying other competitors. Can I control over the cost of component? يعني if I didn't have this fruit form and I want to buy from any other fruit form, he can increase the price to me, on me, right? مثلا the normal price was $5, he may say I will sell it by 7. Can I control this price? Can I enforce him to make it by 5? No. But if it's my fruit form, I will increase the price on me, on NADA? No. So cost of component and supplies of manufacture could be controlled. But what about conglomerates? Two different manufacturers on a computer business takes over clothes business. But the business now have activities in more than one industry. And this means that I'm spreading risk. Why? If computer industry has something that, some problems مثلا, a new مثلا firm enter with a new invention that takes the customer from me. This clothes industry may be affected? No, it will not affect it. Yani this business will going well. So I will lose all my money? No, I will not lose all my money. So I'm distributing my risk. We have an example said, English example said, don't put all eggs in one basket. ما تحطش البيض كله في سلة واحدة. Why? If one basket fail, so you may have the rest of the eggs. يعني I have 20 eggs. If I put it all of it in one basket, if this basket fall, so I will lose all the 20 eggs. But if I divide it into basket 1 and basket 2, so if one fail, so I have the rest of it. It's the same for business. Don't invest all your money in one place. Invest it in 2 different places. It's better to distribute it. There might be a transfer of ideas between different sections. Here in clothes industry, I want to install a computerized system. Can I get benefit from my computer industry? Yes. So I may gain some information or idea from the other business to help me in this existing business. As I told you, it's one of the heavy chapters for students. That's why I want you to give you a clear idea about what business is. But as you may find, it's very simple. But here, he gave you some examples of different business, and he wants you to identify forms of growth in each situation. A garage agrees to merge with another garage. Same industry? Yes. Same stage? Yes, garage and garage. So it's what? Horizontal integration. Bicycle retailer, it's what? Tertiary. Expand by buying a bicycle shop in another town. Bicycle retailer and bicycle shop. Same industry? Yes, both of them is tertiary. We said retailer means shop. So it's what? Also horizontal integration. Fruit juice, buy the fruit farm. Fruit juice, it's secondary. Fruit farm, it's primary. So we are going vertical and backward. Business making electrical goods agrees to join with a business with a retail shop specializing in electrical goods. يعني I'm the one who produces making electrical goods, so I'm secondary. And I will buy electrical shop, so it's tertiary. So it's vertical forward integration. A mining company takes over a company supplies mining equipment. I'm a mining company, so I'm secondary. I'm making the process of mining. I'm taking the one who supplies me with mining equipment. So I'm taking the one who give me the things, the supplies that I need. So it's vertically backward. Construction company buys holiday company. Two different firms. So it's conglomerate integration. Okay? Bye. Problems for growth and how business might be overcome. When you expand your business, you may have some difficulties. Number one, difficult to control. You have some difficulties in controlling your business. But how to overcome this? Operate business in small units. This is a form of decentralization. What does it mean? I have a bigger business, many branches, many business in many regions. I have region 1, region 2, region 3, all of this under my authority, under my business X. طيب, how to control everyone? Let everyone operate by their own and take their own decision. يعني here hire a manager that will be responsible for region 1 and take all the decision relates to region 1. And here also another manager for region 2. And here also another manager for region 3. Each one will take the decision by their own. So I divided the business into small units. And each unit will take their own decisions. So not all the decision taking by X, it will be very difficult to manage the 3 regions together, but I divide the business into small units and each unit will operate by their own. Large business leads to poor communication. Communication will be hard. If I want to communicate with all these 3 regions, it will be hard. So as we said, operate business into smaller units and each unit will communicate together. طب if I want to inform X about the decision that I take, you can use latest IT equipment and telecommunication, but even this can cause problem. But here I can overcome by this by using IT equipment or telecommunication. I can send emails. يعني manager or the owner X he must to go to region 1, region 2, region 3 to see what they are doing. No, they can communicate by making video conference, for example, using emails like this. Expansion costs so much that business is short of funds. If I want to expand on business X and I want to take this business and I want to take over this business and I want to take over this business, my money may finish and I may not have enough money to operate the business. So how to overcome? Expand slowly. Take one of them first and use the profits that you gained from the first expansion to buy the another expansion and wait till you make profit here and then buy the other or make another expansion. So expand more slowly. Use profit from slowly expanding business to pay for further growth. Ensure sufficient long-term finance is available. Integration with another business is more difficult than expected. Why? Different management style or different ways of doing things. يعني the one that I took here, R1, region 1, he may have a specific style than the style that X may use. So how to let them obey my orders or do what I want? So you have to introduce the different style of management by have good communication with the workforce and let them understand the reason for your change. For example, region 1 used to use manual work, used to make manual production. But I want to use machine. So I have to explain. I have first to have good communication with them and explain to them why machine is better than using manual work. it gives me high quality, it gives me accurate result, it reduces wastage that I may get. So I will try to convince them about the new method that I may use. طيب يعني integration is very good, yes. طب all businesses that we have around us are bigger business? No, there is still some small business. طب why some business remain small? Why still some businesses remain small? For 3 reasons. I almost finished. ما تزهقوش خلاص يعني خلاص I will finish now. The type of industry the business operates in. Some business remain small if they offer personal service or specialized product, like hairdressing. I'm opening a hairdressing shop and I'm the one who provide this personal service. But if I opened many branches, can I exist in those different branches at the same time? No. Like plumber, he offered personal service. He's the one that offered the service by himself. But there is need for expanding? No, he works by his own. Car repair or mechanics. He will work by himself. To open many branches, no need. Just one place and all customers will come to you in this place, or tailor. So if you are providing a personal service, you cannot expand. Okay? So if they were to grow too large, they would find it difficult to provide close and personal service demand by customers. Market size. The size of my market is already small. So why you will expand? يعني I opened a shop in rural areas or in a small village. الفيلج كلها على بعضها قد كده. Open many shops بقى, many branches in this village. لا, كل الكاستمرز حضرتك ممكن يجوا لك في البرانش اللي انت فيه, لان انت اصلا in a small area and your customers are limited. فانت ليه to open many branches? If the market or total number of customers is small, the business are likely to remain small. Example shops were located in rural areas far away from cities, and also business that produces goods or service that appeal only a limited number of customers, such as luxury car or expensive fashion clothes. أنا business بقدم very luxury cars, very expensive cars, عندي الكاستمر around the world ممكن يبقوا 100 أو 1000. أفتح mini manufacture in different country. لا, هو ممكن factory واحد to produce for whole countries and distribute to them. ليه؟ لأن أنا عندي limited number of customers. Okay? آخر حاجة بقى في why the business may remain small, owner's objective. The owner, he prefer to open a small business. Why? Because he wants to avoid stress. وعايز يبقى عنده good communication with his customers. So why he open, يعني he don't need to expand, he don't want to expand. It's one of his objectives. يبقى some businesses owner could be more interested in keeping control of small business, knowing their staff and customer, than running much larger business. Last word in this chapter بقى causes of business failure. What may cause the business to fail? ليه البيزنس ممكن يفيل؟ هل كل البيزنسز بيبقوا successful business؟ لا, في بعض البيزنس بيفيل. What's the reason for this? Lack of management skill. Some of the business may not have enough management skills. زي lack of experience can lead to bad decisions, such as locating the business in an area with high cost and low demand. أنا واحد فاتح البيزنس ما عنديش enough skills, قررت إن أنا أopen البيزنس ده في area معينة. الاريا دي cost me very high cost. الرنت عالي, workers takes high salary, and at the same time الديماند فيها low. يبقى أنا كده take very bad decision. Change in business environment, the new technology, powerful new competitor enter the market. Some economic change happen in the market. So you must respond to this change. If you didn't respond to this change effectively, so your business will fail. يعني مثلا طلع دلوقتي احنا كنا بنشتغل بالنورمال بي سي, طلع حاجه اسمها لابتوب. لو انا فضلت مصمم على النورمال بي سي العادي هبقى successful؟ لا طبعا I will fail. ليه؟ because I didn't adopt the new change or new technology that happened in the market. Liquidity problem or poor financial management. I have a problem in money. I don't have enough money. عندي shortage of cash. Why? Maybe because I expanded a lot أو ما عملتش management كويس للكاش. But now I have a problem. How to overcome this problem? By expanding slowly, or you have to manage your cash flow good. So if you fail to plan or forecast your cash flow, it leads to this problem. So this one cause of business failure, that you didn't manage your cash very well. Over expansion, you expanded a lot, you expanded too quickly, فبقى عندك poor management و poor finance. Problem of management and problem in finance. لا عندك فلوس ولا كان قادر to manage البيزنس بتاعك لأن عملت expansion quickly and you lost control over your business. اوكي؟ طيب ندخل على البوست بيبر questions. ادي التايب of paper 1 question. دي case number 4. هنقرا الكيس ونجاوب على الكويشن. في بعض الكويشن بيبقى very straightforward. There is no need to read the case. Question A, B, and C, maybe you don't need to read the case. D and E, you must read the case because you must to apply your answer in case. A and B, definitely you don't need. C, maybe you need to read the case or not. طب خلينا نقرا الكويشن ونشوف احنا محتاجين نقرا الكيس ولا لا. Identify 2 reasons why a government might support business startup. Identify here, no need to explain. وعليها 2 marks. يبقى كل reason 1 mark. ها. Why government support business startup? We said it. Why? To decrease unemployment, to grow further, to have high output, to increase competition, reduce unemployment, increase competition, increase output, benefit society. Small business can grow. So you can write any 2 of them, each one by 1 mark. طيب الكيس اللي بعد كده define business plan. برضو definition مش محتاجة أقرأ الكيس. ها, what's business plan? A document containing business aims or objectives and important details about operation, finance, and owner of the business. Now you will take the full mark. طيب, if I said state, aims, objective, and show how the business aim to achieve them, برضو 2 marks. طب امتى اخد 1 mark بس؟ A document showing what the business is intended to do. لا كده بس، ده كده 1 mark. طبعا ده الديفينيشن اللي موجود عندنا في البوك وده اللي احنا هنحفظه. طيب another. State 2 problems of using the number of employees measuring the size of a business. What's the problem of using number of employees in measuring the size of the business? Might use a lot of machine. This business might use a lot of machine. Can I use number of employees? لا. Difficult to count part-time employees. دي حاجة هناخدها later برضو. بس طبعا هو الاكزام بيبقى بعد ما بتخلص الفول syllabus. فالمفروض ان انت cover this point. ايه part-time workers دول؟ الworkers اللي worked with me part-time, not a full-time. Sometimes it's hard to communicate with them and count them, so it's one of the reasons that may affect using number of workers as a measure of the business size. Outline 2 possible problems for LXA if business grows. هنا بقى لازم اقرا الكيس ستادي عشان اشوف ايه LXA ده، ايه البروبلمز اللي ممكن يفيس. طيب نقرا الكيس. LXA is a private limited company based on country Z. It makes children's clothing. LXA sells its product in competitive markets in several countries. LXA directors are considering different ways for business to grow. The finance director has prepared some financial information before meeting with some of LXA stakeholders. An extract is shown in table 4.1. مش تبع الكويشن ده. The marketing director wants LXA to start producing clothing for adults. ايه البروبلم for business growth؟ احنا قلنا ايه البروبلم بتاعت البيزنس جروث عندنا؟ البروبلمز قلناها. اول بروبلم poor communication، عادي ده اللي احنا قلناه. poor communication, shortage of finance or poor financial plan. البوينت اللي قلناها او lack of finance. slower decision making دي ماشي ما خدناهاش. large business more difficult to control. lower level of employing دي برضه هناخدها later. بس مثلا خلينا نقول poor communication and lack of finance. طيب ال question out of 4 يعني هقول وهنا قال لي outline. outline it means that you must to يا explain يا make something called application. يعني ايه application؟ يعني apply الانسر explain your answer على الكيس. طيب اول حاجه قلنا poor communication. طب ليه ممكن يكون عندي poor communication؟ هو قال لي ان البيزنس ده already exists in countries وعايز to expand in other countries. طيب هي الكوميونيكيشن هيبقى سهل؟ لا، يبقى poor communication as already operate in several countries. يبقى انا كده عملت الابلكيشن APP يعني application. يبقى انا خدت درجه على النولج K يعني knowledge، خدت درجه على البوينت ان انا قلت poor communication وابلاي الانسر على الكيس as already operate in several countries. طيب lack of finance ادي خدت بوينت على النولج especially as considering selling clothing for adults. انت عايز تعمل new business selling clothes for adults فمحتاج new design، محتاج new machine، محتاج، وانت ممكن يكون عندك lack of finance. يبقى again APP بجيب application من الكيس نفسها، ارجع للكيس نفسها. اهو هنا قال لي in several countries، خدت كده الابلكيشن بتاع الاولانيه. طيب الابلكيشن بتاع البوينت الثانيه اللي هو قال لي start producing clothing for adults. طالما غيرنا البرودكشن بتاعنا يبقى اكيد محتاجين more money وانا ممكن يكون عندي lack of finance. هو ده بقى التريكس او الحاجات اللي انا بقول عليها لازم نركز عليها في الباست بيبر. هو مش هيقول لك هتقول لي النولج وتقول لي ابلكيشن، هو مش هيقول كده. هو هيستيت الكويستشن ويقول لي اوتلاين. انا لازم ابقى عارفه في اوتلاين دي محتاجه نولج اللي هي البوينت نفسها، ومحتاجه ابلكيشن على الكيس. وطبعا الابلكيشن ده هنتدرب عليه كتير قوي لحد ما تحس انه بقى بيس اوف كيك بالنسبه لك. outline one advantage and one disadvantage to KTF of taking over the other business. برضه هنحتاج نابلاي على الكيس ونشرح. طب ايه KTF ده؟ KTF make building material including cement and bricks. Last year KTF had sales of $25 billion. KTF objective have often changed since it was started 60 years ago. The managing director wants KTF to expand. KTF is going to take over one of the main competitors. The newly expanded business will have combined sales of $40 billion. The managing director said many stakeholders group will be affected by this decision. She knows there are many external factors that affect business activity including business cycle, interest rate. طبعا هو الكيس بيبقى فيها questions من different chapters، فاحنا هناخد بس الحاجه اللي related للchapter بتاعها. هو قال لي عايز advantage و disadvantage of taking over. ايه الادفانتج بتاع ال taking over؟ ها reduce number of competitors. خلاص reduce number of competitors او increase market share. دي knowledge as this is one of its main competitors. جبتها من الكيس. possible economies of scale. قلنا يعني ايه economies of scale؟ يعني discount على raw material. reducing the unit cost of bricks or cement. جبتها منين؟ من الكيس. انا عرفت ان هو بيشتري material ايه؟ bricks وسمنت. فانا لما اقول له take over، احنا عارفين قلنا take over ب reduce cost of material اسمها economies of scale. اهو I applied on the case. طب الديسادفانتج طبعا شوفوا مديك many options you can state. قلنا الديسادفانتج بتاعت الجروينج what different management style، صح؟ clash of culture and leadership style or objective or a business started 60 years ago. انت you will take over a business that started 60 years ago عنده ستايل معين. لو انت عندك different style, so in this case you may have different management style with this business. again الحاجات دي كلها هنتدرب عليها a lot. وزي ما اتفقنا احنا لسه في اول chapters، فهتلاقوا many information here for mark scheme you didn't take it yet because some other chapters may help you in answering different chapter اصلا. Explain to external stakeholder group that might be affected by the takeover. Actually, this explained in chapter 5. Stakeholders D in chapter 5, not here in this chapter. اه طيب انا بحب اقرا السؤال الاول وبعد كده اقرا الكيس. Do you think being creative is the most important characteristics of being a successful entrepreneur? Justify your answer. احنا خدنا ان انا عندي 8 characteristics for a successful entrepreneur. يا ترى to be creative it's the most important one؟ طيب الكويشن بتاع justify your answer ده عنده a specific way in solving الكويشن ده. ايه بقى؟ ودي برضو الحاجة اللي most of the students may not apply in answering، عشان كده ما بيجيبوش الستار في البيزنس، عشان ما تشرح لهمش how to answer a question like this. أول ما تلاقي question E تعرف إن أنت عندك 3 things you must to say. You must to state the advantage of the point اللي هو of being creative. You must to state the disadvantage of this point of being creative. 2 points here and 2 points here. To state the advantage و explain وال disadvantage will explain. ايه ده بس احنا ما خدناش disadvantage of being creative. طيب لو ما خدناش disadvantage of being creative يبقى تجيب لي other option او other option يعني other option you may find it's important rather than creative. يعني انا هقول له والله creative important because of blah 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 but لازم ال disadvantage او ال other option لازم تقول لي but او however ان انا شايفه ان في option تاني important. طيب انا كده خدت 4 مارك. الكويستشن ده اوت اوف وات؟ اوت اوف 6. يبقى انا لسه عندي حاجه ثالثه لازم اقولها. لازم تقول your opinion. طب انت يا ترى بقى الاوبينيون بتاعك ايه؟ والاوبينيون ده لازم تو ابلاي على الكيس. طيب هو الاول البيزنس بتاعي ايه؟ is bored of her a creative، يعني one person bored من الورك بتاعه عايز يفتح فلاور شوب. ده كده اللي يهمني. طيب to be creative دي important ولا لا؟ هقول الامبورتنس بتاع being creative ان انا يبقى عندي new ideas to help gain sales or attract customer or maintain customer loyalty. اديني خدت 2 marks. مارك على knowledge ومارك على AN. What's AN؟ AN it means analysis. analysis يعني ايه؟ يعني explanation. So I explained. طيب بس انا شايفه ان to be a creative however risk taker however risk taker is important as need to be able to make decisions that might fail, otherwise will not know whether an idea is good or not. يعني you must to be a risk taker عشان to apply الايديا دي، عشان if you didn't apply مش هتعرف ان الايديا دي good or not. اديني خدت 2 marks. خدنا كده 2 marks here و 2 marks here، يبقى انا كده خدت 4 marks out of كام؟ out of 6. طب عشان اخد بقى 6 marks لازم اعمل ايه؟ لازم تقول لي your opinion. وفي المارك سكيم mostly او في الاولد مارك سكيم كان بيسيب الاوبينيون بتاعك مفتوح، انت تقوله زي ما انت عايز، بس اهم حاجه تو ابلاي على الكيس. خلاص. طيب نقرا الكيس بقى عشان نعرف ازاي نقول الاوبينيون، ولازم اقرا الكيس عشان اعرف اقول الاوبينيون. Venrik is bored with her shop in a large factory. As a creative person, she would like to leave and start up a flower shop. Vernick has asked about microfinance and prepared a cash flow forecast. An extract is shown in Casa. Vernick has also carried out some market research and found out that the demand for flowers is likely to be high during festivals. She thinks she has the right characteristics to be a successful entrepreneur. طيب احنا قلنا ان هو السؤال تبقى creative or not is the most important. طبعا في الجاستيفيكيشن بتاعي لازم تقول in my opinion او from my point of view. I think Vernick is already made a market research in the market. اهو انا جبت اهو market research، هو قال لي انها made market research, so she already gathered all the information about the market. So she needs to be hardworking. To be hardworking is most important characteristics. على فكرة ممكن حد تاني يجيب رأي تاني خالص، تمام، بس أهم حاجة how to justify your answer. أنا شايفة إن هي واحدة start up her business for the first time, so she must to be hardworking is the most important characteristics to be a successful at the beginning in order to make the business started and well known to the workers. So she must work a lot of hours and take short holidays in order to gain as much profit as she can get and to be able to compete with competitors. As she works in a flower shop, she will open a flower shop which already something يعني familiar، يعني مش محتاج، وهي already she makes market research regarding this point. يبقى أنا كان الأوبينيون بتاعي أصلا إن أنت حضرتك تبقى hard work. خلاص، يبقى أنا اديتك advantage، اديتك disadvantage لو الأوبشن اللي عندي ليه disadvantage. طب لو ملوش disadvantage اديني other option أنت تختاره والأوبينيون بتاعك وأبلاي على الكيس. الأوبينيون ممكن يكون حاجة ثالثة خالص to apply على الكيس، وممكن أقول الopinion يعني I recommend one of the two options that I said. مثلا ان انا اقول لا risk taker is most important as creative alone you may have the idea but you don't have the courage to apply the idea on the business, so you may not benefit from being a creative without being a risk taker. يبقى انا كده اديتك opinion which one I'll choose from them. يبقى advantage, disadvantage or other option والopinion. الopinion ممكن يكون حاجة من الاثنين دول or third option أصلا. اوكي يا شباب، I think يعني we covered here. طبعا المفروض ان انتوا زي ما انتم شايفين ان بقية الشابتر 41 يعني عندك من 21 ل 41 دي post papers تتحل، ودي mostly بتبقى homework. يعني انا بدي كده شوية من البوست بيبر دلوقتي وبعدين هم. طبعا احنا قعدنا دلوقتي ساعتين بس احنا خدنا ساعة تقريبا introduction اصلا عن البيزنس اساسا. فحضرتك الشابتر ده كان ممكن يخلص اصلا في ساعة ونص ونحل باس بيبر اكتر من كده. ولو تلاحظ فيه سلايدز كده في النص انا عديتها عشان ادخل على الباس بيبر على طول عشان ما اطولش على حضراتكم. بتبقى exam style question بعد كل chapter. واحد exam style question كامل question كامل زي الباس بيبر بالظبط، بيبقى من الماركس اللي عندنا وحضرتكم بتحلوه والانسرز بتاعته بنحله مع بعض. بنحل واحد منهم في الكلاس والتاني الكويستشن التاني بيبقى هوم ورك حضرتك بتحله لوحدك. فبيبقى عندك هوم ورك كيس كامله على الشابتر وهوم ورك من الريل باس بيبر بتاعتنا بتبقى كيس كده وماخد منها A او B او E regarding الشابتر بتاعنا. So I hope ان انت understand الissues بتاعتنا very well. واي هوب ان انت لقيت ان الاكونت البيزنس سوري مش الاكونتنج ان شاء الله I will make another one for accounting ان لقيت البيزنس interesting. وان شاء الله السيشنز بتاعتنا هتبدا في اول جولاي. الجروب بتاعي بيكون from 5 maximum 8 students. السيشن بتبقى اونلاين for business، واللي في الدمام والخبر وحابب ان هو to join us يعني attending it's okay but mostly بيبقى اونلاين لان زي ما انت شايف ما فيش حاجات solving غير الاكاونتنج يعني بيبقى attending ما بيبقاش اونلاين. وبس كده بنخلص الشرح بتاعنا في 2 months او month and half لان احنا بناخد 3 periods per week. فانا عندي 3 periods يعني يعني في الشهر عندي 12، فهخلص ان شاء الله تقريبا في month and half or month and quarter يعني قبل ال 2 months بكون مخلصه. وبنقعد نحل بقى post paper another 2 months يعني حوالي 24 sessions بنقعد نحلها post paper او يعني زي ما اتفقنا من 20 till الاكزام بس minimum 20 لحد بقى الاكزامز بتاعتنا. اوكي I hope ان انا covered كل التوبكس اللي انتوا عايزينها وكل البوينتس اللي انتوا عايزينها. و if you need something you can contact me on this number. And thank you. Enjoy your day. I hope your exams is very well. We see you inshallah in the future. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.